5280 Sports Network on a Monday. It is your Morning Minute. How are you? Nate Lundy, Shawn Drotar. Thanks for stopping by. Shawn, we're out here at Dove Valley. I'm having a hard time getting excited for these practices. And I hate to say that because I know that it's our job to be out here and cover it. And you and I are both Broncos fans, and we want this team to do really well. But here I am getting ready to watch another practice before they go to San Francisco. And I'm just not overly excited. Have I gotten to the point where I'm just numb to the offense?
It could be. I mean, you're looking at a very interesting type of season. We talked, it's the quarterback stuff has been maybe so fatiguing over all summer, all spring, the idea that this was going to happen. And then to have both guys kind of go, it doesn't really inspire a lot of excitement. So I think for Broncos fans, you know, you're not alone there, and for people to cover it, we know that there is a bit of fatigue because the hype has only really been about that one position. And the truth of the matter is the Broncos don't look like they have the solution on the roster. It's not about which guy they pick. It's about finding someone who can hold that down long term. And I don't know if that's anybody here.
I think fatiguing is a good way to put it. I think that may be what I'm feeling. And I think there's some Broncos fans that are feeling it too. Was out and about over the course of the weekend, ran into a lot of people that wanted to talk to me about what was happening out here at practice, what I thought was going on at the quarterback position. And I think that some of the fans have gotten that way too. And I think maybe that numb is one way to put it. I think there's also that fatigue. I think maybe there's a bit of realism setting in of, well, gosh, I guess it's neither one of these guys. And I think there are some fans that are starting to feel the frustrations for sure. As they get ready, though, for practice this week, we know that Paxton's going to start. We know that he's going to see about a quarter and a half, according to Vance Joseph's comments on Saturday to the media. So perhaps maybe some rhythm for him that we haven't been able to see. I'm trying to find something positive here, Shawn.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting to see, at least for something to watch in practice, and then these drills with the 49ers is watching who Lynch is playing with, watching what kind of offense they're running for him, seeing if he can get to at least a second read, let alone a third, before pulling it down. The concern for the Broncos should be watching how he performed in the game and out here on the practice field, which we've seen many practices. The idea is, even though these are scrimmages, Lynch looks at one guy and then tucks and runs to the outside. Then you run into some risks. There may be some 7th round pick on the 49ers that decides this is my opportunity to show the coaching staff and blow Lynch up as he tries to get to the sideline. That's something that's a legitimate concern. So you want to see improvement there. I think these scrimmages are more valuable than a lot of the practices we have out here, and that's why the coaches do them. But it will be fascinating. It really does feel as if there's not a quantum leap this week for Paxton Lynch against those 49ers, that maybe the answer for the Broncos at quarterback, we've been talking about the wrong thing, because whether it's Lynch or Simeon or Slaughter, the cap for this team still doesn't have them in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk some Rockies. What an incredible story tonight will be. I cannot imagine how the standing ovation is going to feel tonight when Chad Bettis steps out of the dugout and onto the mound in the top of the first inning at Coors Field after the battle that he had with testicular cancer. Such an amazing story to know that he not only is back, but is back this season and ready to take the mound tonight against the Braves.
Yeah, it almost feels like a bonus, whatever he can do for the Rockies, although the Rockies are in a position where they need Chad Bettis. And Chad Bettis, even at 75-80% of the way he was last year, will be a major asset to them, as a lot of their young pitchers had some challenges this weekend in the Marlins Park, where they got swept by Miami. And what was unfortunate, because even though the Rockies really didn't lose much ground, they also missed a pretty good opportunity to gain some. So that's frustrating. They'll do better, hopefully, against the Braves this week. They have a 7-game stretch where they'll play the Braves, and then Milwaukee, one of their closest pursuers. So for the Rockies, for Chad Bettis being back, it's terrific for the team, but it's an emotional lift for the team, and it's a terrific story for him. They'll also, tonight for the Rockies, have a tribute to Don Baylor, the Rockies' first manager, who passed away last week. And there will be a lot of emotions. I think the Rockies can compartmentalize and put that away, but sometimes emotions can be a good thing in baseball, especially when you're on a down note, coming from that really rough series this weekend.
Yikes. Yeah, that was bad. Speaking of Chad Bettis, a plug for our buddy Patrick Saunders at the Denver Post, who put together a column, an article yesterday. You can find it at denverpost.com, talking about Chad Bettis, about his wife, about the road that he has gone through for recovery. It's a fantastic piece. Take a few minutes today, go check it out. Patrick did a great job in that one. And Shawn referenced it, the homestand 4 against the Braves that'll start tonight. The Rockies have 16 of their next 22 games at home. If you want to see this team make a run, now is the time to be able to do it, and we'll get things started tonight at Coors Field. Thanks for stopping by, a Monday edition of the Morning Minute. Make sure that you check the YouTube channel later today as well. Ryan Green will have your recap from practice today as the Broncos will get ready for preseason game number 2 coming up on Saturday in San Francisco. But for now, for Shawn, I'm Nate. We'll see you.